So in a scenario many subway riders fear, you're on a train and a passenger starts acting erratically, what would you do? Well, last week our next guest says a man started harassing passengers physically and verbally. This was right aboard the J train in Williamsburg.
Now, Jordan Williams is charged with manslaughter. This morning, he's speaking out for the first time on television. He's here on Good Day New York this morning with his attorney, Jason Goldman. Nice to have you both here on Good Day New York.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so what has the last few days been like for you? Because I know you lost your job and you're facing manslaughter charges.
Well, honestly, given the circumstances, I've actually been doing quite all right because I've had a lot of support from my family and my friends around me. I have a very good attorney, so I've actually been getting better day to day. And despite the fact that I lost my job, I'm actually still optimistic about work. I have summer youth employment program to go register for after I'm done with this today. So I'm still looking up, and I'm not really trying to focus on the bad right now.
Have you been getting on the subway again?
Not recently, actually. No, I think I might have taken it once with my brother Friday, but that was the E train, literally only 2 stops. So.
And any encounters while you were on it?
Oh, no. My big brother, he was watching me like a hawk, so I was good. I was just sitting there, just relaxing. Just got to my destination safely.
Talk to me about just what it's like to be living and working in the city and having to take the subway often. Did you have a fear like this? Was this something you've always carried going to the subway?
Honestly, living in the city, I always found it to be sort of liberating in a way. I mean, I don't feel the same constraints that everyone else feels. I mean, there's definitely things going on that you always have to be aware about. But like I was saying before, I just try to stay optimistic about things, and I don't really try to dwell on the negative or focus my energy on it. But yes, I was always aware that there were things going on and that I needed to keep my head up.
How did you keep your head up in terms of riding the subway? Because I feel like I take the subway often and I'm always looking out. My head's on a swivel. Like if something bad's going to happen to me. Is that how you felt?
Yes, honestly, I was just keeping my eyes up, and then I don't know if you're asking me about the specific day, but about that day specifically, I definitely, I did my usual scan every time we get to a stop, and then I saw them get on the train, and you know.
But is that why you feel like maybe you have to kind of protect yourself in a way that somebody comes at you, you have to be prepared, and maybe that looks differently for every person, but maybe that's someone carrying pepper spray or someone carrying a knife?
Yes, well, honestly, this actually hasn't come out yet, but a few weeks ago before this incident, there was a woman who actually put a knife right into my eye, so she literally had it inches from me. Yes, so that honestly is what scared me into starting to carry. And
I was wondering why you were carrying a knife.
Yes.
And it was because of that particular. So what happened with that woman, and what did you do?
Well, she had actually approached me. Similarly, I was sitting in priority seating and with my friend at the time, and she came up to us because literally I just looked across at her when she got on the train. And then she just started getting upset, going on a rant, talking about she was going to attack me and the person I was with. And then that's when I just sat there, like, you know, because sarcastically I laughed. And then she just jumped up randomly and then boom, knocked the hat off my head and then had the knife right there in front of my eye. So I was like, in that situation, I didn't know what to do, so I just sat there because I say anything else stupid, she might go all the way. So then I'm just sitting there, and then she didn't do anything, so I just ended up getting my bag, and I got off the train quickly at the next stop. I think it was Essex Street. But yeah, same. I got on that Broad Street, same thing. I was on my way to Queens via J train.
So how scared were you that day? When you know, now you're charged with manslaughter. What was going through your mind when this man was near you and your girlfriend?
Honestly, I was afraid because I didn't know what was going to happen because he was closer to her than to me. So I was honestly just trying to get me and her out of there safely. I didn't know what to do. It was all quick, and I regret it every day. I wish it didn't have to go like that, honestly. Like, all I wanted to do was just get me and my girlfriend off the train safely. I wasn't looking to hurt anyone. There was nothing malicious on my part. And when I found out, I literally couldn't believe that he had actually passed away.
Yeah.
So,
how are you dealing with that?
it's not easy because, I mean, knowing that I was able to take a life from someone, especially someone of my own descent, you know what I mean? So it's not something that I'm proud of. I haven't had the best time sleeping or managing with that actual idea. I try not to think too much specifically about that part of it, but yeah, it's not easy when I sit there and I try to think about it.
Jordan, I think your story is something that can happen to people almost every single day. We don't talk about it enough because it happens so often. What is your advice for someone taking the subway when something like this comes up? What is their options? What can they do?
Honestly, my advice for those before they even get on the subway is to always be in contact with someone that they can trust, that will relay a message to family or needed people, or be with them, because it's not safe these days, and I'm not even going to be traveling alone like that on the train like that if I'm on the train in the future. So yeah, my best advice is just to stay in numbers and make sure people know where you are.
Yeah. Jason, what's next legally?
The case is being presented to a grand jury. There's evidence, there's witnesses being presented. They're doing it in a very, very fair way. It's part of the process, which I certainly respect. I obviously have my own opinions about it from a legal and factual standpoint, but I understand it, and I can't applaud the office that we're going up against enough, because it's very transparent. It is a one-sided process, the grand jury. I'm not there.
Will Jordan testify?
We'll talk about that. We're not making any decisions yet. What's most important is right now, I know for a fact that witnesses and evidence are being presented in a very fair way, and that's all we can ask for. Truthfully.
Is his girlfriend testifying before the grand jury?
We'll see. We'll see. And truthfully, it's a secretive process, so we can't even get into it. We really can't. You know, there's a reason that it's behind closed doors to kind of keep fairness intact, and that's all we can ask for.
But what can be not behind closed doors is this young man's life and how he lived it beforehand, and that's evidence to show like this is not some kind of premeditated thing.
Of course, and a lot of that's already out there. You know, whether he speaks or not, whether he comes on here or not, or testifies at a grand jury or a trial. You know, I told you guys, witnesses were calling my office. There's neutral evidence out there that just shows the chaotic scene that was going on, and it's not even a question. And, you know, he talked about the incident from 2 weeks ago. So.
Yeah, so I'm just wondering, Jason, Jordan, did you file any kind of police report? Do they know anything?
No, I was honestly just trying to get through it and forget that it ever happened.
And I don't think that's all uncommon. I mean, a lot of people do file reports, a lot of people don't. Not going to say it's a waste of time, but again, with the somewhat of the chaos we're living in the city, when these incidents happen, I hear about them from other people all the time. Yeah. It doesn't cross my mind to say, oh, you should have went to the cops. It's not going to do that much all the time, quite frankly, and that's not an indictment on the police. It's an indictment about how much is going on, how much crime there is. We're in a place where, thank God he wasn't injured 2 weeks ago, so that almost takes a back seat to some of the other incidents that you see in the papers every day, where people are getting hurt or dying. I mean,
being pushed in front of
the train,
being stabbed randomly. I mean, 3 people the other day.
Yeah.
It's just
so a menacing attack is, you know, we're at a place right now where it's not necessarily, you know, the top of everyone's priority, because there are other more serious things happening.
But it should be top of mind, because, I mean, again, like you said, this is happening far too often and not many people are reporting it.
Yeah, I mean, look, the bottom line, the big takeaway from this and other cases and cases in the future, we don't even want it to get to this level. You heard from Jordan. Not trying to be a hero. No one's going out there to incite violence. He certainly did not want this at all. We don't want people to be put in this position, to have to defend themselves, to have to face, you know, manslaughter charges. It's hard for me to even say that word, and we want to, again, this is higher up than I am and Jordan is, but we hope that some good can come from all of this eventually, where, you know, some people in charge can say, how can we stop, especially on the subways I talked to you guys about last week, because it's a confined space.
Right,
it's probably the most dangerous. It's not out on the street, and if there's no police officer down there, as opposed to being outside, you know, you're on your own, and we don't want those situations to arise.
So, Jordan, I know that you've gotten support from the community, but have you heard from Reverend Sharpton or Attorney Ben Crump at all?
No, I actually haven't. No, I'm sorry.
Are you?
I'm not even really familiar with those names, to be honest.
Reverend Sharpton?
No, I'm really not. I apologize. I'm really not.
All right, well, listen, we're very pleased that you came here and felt comfortable enough to tell your story on TV, and best of luck to you.
Thank you so much.
You're in good hands with Jason Goldman.
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you. Jordan's trying to go on and do great things. I told you he wants to go viral for his basketball game still. He's working on getting a new job and being active this summer. He's going somewhere.
So you need a job.
Yes.
Okay.
Still need.
Gotcha. Anyway, Jordan Williams, Jason Goldman, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having me.